So tell me how things have been going with you and your recovery.
Well, I took.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. And
I'm
try
stuttering.
to talk louder.
Alright.
So tell me how things have been going with you and your recovery.
It's going good. I'm 2 weeks sober from drinking, so I've been trying to take it day by day and see where it goes.
Awesome. Okay. And how? What would you say you struggle with the most with with your 2 weeks?
Uh, Probably work and bills and just like stress, overwhelming. So kind of drown them away.
What makes you feel like that alcohol will solve those things?
I don't. I don't know, but I just do it. I try to find a self medication other than taking stuff that I don't want to take.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you sound like you are ready to make the steps. You're aware of what's gotten you here, right? And you're aware of the triggers that could happen. Okay, so why don't we go back a little bit and let's talk about where this started for you. Where do you feel like in your past that you really started to take advantage of alcohol?
Just like a stupid high school kid, 17, 18, partying with the friends, just because it was loose. It was, as far as my upbringing, they kind of let us do what we want.
Okay, so you were given freedom as a young kid and it was kind of taken advantage of. Is that
Yeah.
pretty much what's happening? Okay, and how did it? How did you go from that to when the doors opened with your freedom to today?
I took it, I just kept going with it. You know what I mean? Just kept doing what I was doing, which is what got me where I was in the first place. So I just had to change the pattern, break the chain, if you will. Just try to stay off of a pattern, try to clear my head a little bit. Because ironically, I drank to muffle my thoughts, but it only made it worse. So that's kind of when I realized I had to take a break or stop,
What part of you makes you feel like that it made it worse?
The good part. I'm just saying that it made it worse because I was feeling bad for no reason type of things. It would make me like, it's for sad things, it would make things sadder. Or if I'm mad, it would make me madder. It would intensify the emotion I was feeling at that time.
So you would be feeling this first emotion, and then at first you think alcohol would make it better, but only it just amplifies it.
Yes. Instead of silencing it, it magnifies it. So
Okay.
it does the opposite.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized it wasn't the thing that I needed for that particular problem. So.
Yeah, well, you sound like you are fully aware of your situation, and what do you have any type of plan, any type of would you like to be a part of AA? How do you feel about AA, meetings?
I don't know, I'm kind of a bashful person, so I don't like being in crowds.
Yeah.
So, I just try to do it my own way, but, sometimes that's not enough. But I feel like if I keep my head busy, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, recovery looks different for everybody. So, a lot of people say that they don't have a plan and they don't know what they're doing, but getting up, going to work, taking a different route home to not drive past the beer store, keeping yourself busy, that's pretty much a plan, right?
Yeah.
It's just not a organized, detailed plan, but
it's more of a head thing. Like, when you're a creature of habit per se, you would, when you're there, you would get that. When you go here, you do that, and you would do it because it became, a ritual. You do it all the time. So, like, just doing that, when you go there, just don't do it anymore. Like, have a different mind state is what I'm trying to say. Don't just be like unconsciously doing things because that's what you're familiar with or used to.
Yeah.
You just have to, just go in with a clear mind state. I'm here for cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah.
And just go in and leave. Get gas, leave. You don't have to, drink every day. So,
yeah,
trying to do that, it's tougher than it sounds.
Absolutely. And it definitely takes dedication and extra planning. So that's great that you are recognizing that, because we're all tend to be creatures of habit, so it can be really easy to just do what we think we know, So that's good. And tell me a little bit about your support system. Who do you have with you? Is there more alcohol around you? Tell me about that.
Yeah, but responsibly, Like, my mom drinks, but she does it as a responsible adult. I don't. And, my fiance drinks very rarely, So, but, yeah, I'm pretty much in my own way.
Okay.
I just feel like that was my biggest problem, trying to find something to blame, and the only conclusion I have found so far has been me. You know what I mean? So, like, nobody ever thinks me. And that's why you never find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you were looking for you the whole time. And you never look inward. Everybody's always quick to, like, be external, like try to find the problem, but they're not trying to fix their own. So that's what I'm trying to do, fix my own problem before I can fix anybody else's problem.
Yeah. And where do you think the next 6 months will lead you? Let's envision we keep going where we're at, and where do you see yourself in 6 months?
I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hoping I will have a more clearer picture, and be able to create a habit by eliminating some. So, like, just get on a new plan. So, like, I don't have a plan to drink, you know what I mean? And just always making plans around doing that, you know what I mean? Because that's what, I used to do, and I don't like living like that. I like, I just like chilling, doing what I gotta do, and then relaxing,
Yeah.
But I got to the point where, I wanted to drink, I wanted to let loose, whatever. It's never worth it, For me, anyway, Some people are, they drink and they're fine, They just drink to socialize and stuff. And then you have people like me, that binge drink and, buy a 12-pack, that 12-pack's gone, you know what I mean? So I knew it was a problem. So it took me a while, But
yeah, I mean, everyone goes at their own pace, and recovery looks different for everyone. Just to make sure I assess, things right, you would say that it was binging, it was buying alcohol, drinking everything, and then would you say you would feel worse after?
I would feel like how I would feel.
Yeah,
in the future.
No, like in the past when you would buy alcohol and you would drink it all, you would feel shameful, sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what made you realize that there needed to be some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great that you recognize those things. It's not easy, and and it sounds like you are determined for your recovery. Is there any steps that you want to take in the next few weeks to continue your sobriety? Is there anything that you would like to change or?
I mean, not necessarily. I feel like just being able to, keep my eyes on the prize and just kind of handle business.
Yeah.
Try not to think about it so I forget about it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain, but I just mean, like, if I'm not like, man, I could use a drink. If I'm always busy and I'm always got something on my mind, I end up forgetting,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just keeps stacking, and you just tend to just slowly walk away,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And what do you think you would say right now as a 30-year-old man if you could look back to 19-year-old you? What do you think you would say to him?
I would say a lot, but
would it be more to the more negative or?
No, I mean it would be for the better,
Okay.
but it wouldn't be nice, I would just tell him, kind of pump the brakes on the course that you're about to walk down, because you're gonna regret it.
Okay.
Big time.
What makes you feel like he would regret it?
Just because of all the crazy shit I've been through,
Mm.
And because of that, it was all intertwined. Alcohol, all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
So, if I were to go back, I would just say, take it easy. Don't rush. There's no rush. I was living in the now, not worried about the future.
Yeah.
I was more living in the now, like who's here and who's now and what we're doing now. I didn't really care what happened in the future, which is bad. And I would tell myself that, being wiser and knowing that it really does matter. And down in your future, it matters.
Yeah. It sounds like you feel like proud that you've gotten here away from your 19-year-old self. You sound like you're different from that guy, or?
I am. I'm different. I'm just older, like I said. Older. I have a little more wisdom because of my experiences. Experience is a good word. I have experience.
Mm.
So I've been through it, so it's obviously easy to go back and tell myself it because I haven't done it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell myself, not to be doing shit like that all the time.
Okay.
And just, wake up, it does matter. You're going to regret it. Just like right now, me being 30, when I'm 50, I would probably tell my now self something that I know then. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I feel, Sorry.
That's a really good self-reflection, and I think we could probably use some of those tools, and, next time maybe we're looking in the mirror at your 30-year-old self, just think of that 19-year-old. Remember how we got here and what 60-year-old you what you hope 60-year-old you will tell you now. And let's, you're doing a great job. Every day is great. So 2 weeks, something to be proud of, and you can keep going for sure.
Definitely gonna try. Hopefully it makes me feel a little more spunky.
Yeah.
More energized, less fatigue.
Yeah.
Because that, it wears you down after a while of doing the same thing all the time to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It drains you in all aspects,
Yeah, it's pretty unfair to yourself. You're not sounds like you've given yourself enough, enough of a beat up. It sounds unfair to yourself and the man that you are. So I think, just takes time and it takes dedication, but you sound like you're You're on the right track.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job. I will see you next Thursday.
Thanks.
Keep up the good work.
All right.